How are you today? So, my last live, I was talking like about someone, I really didn't agree with basically everything they said. I think I said I liked like two things that they said out of an entire 40-minute video about marketing. But today I wanted to talk about someone who, so I have not watched her content in probably like 3 or 4 years, but I remember watching her and liking her then. So we'll see. This is kind of like for me one of those things where I like to watch some of the movies or something or shows that I used to watch as a kid to see like was it as good as I remember, or did that not age well for me? And that's kind of what I'm doing with Lisa Zhou. Zhou is how you say and spell her name. I apologize if I got that wrong because um I looked up online how to pronounce it, and I saw that like I was like watching different videos, and I think they were saying it like with like a J sound. Um, but this is so sorry if I apologize because I don't want to be offensive if I mess it up. So I'm gonna call her Lisa, but um, yeah. Anywho, so I'm like, okay, even if I think I end up disagreeing with her, she cannot be nearly as bad as what I felt like when I was watching last night with the Ingrid Arna content. Um, and so, I'm like, the bar is very low, with the expectation. That's fucked up. No, but like, yeah, no, fucking, okay, but with Safety Boutique that we watched the night before that, though, Safety Boutique, fucking, I question ethics about her, and if you watch the video, you'll see that in a few different areas regarding business model, and particularly on scarcity, and perhaps her usage of her location in past promotions. But um, yeah, fucking. So I talk about all of that there. You know what? I just realized my mic levels is lower than my desktop audio level. And I never really like paid attention or talked that. Like I thought they were set the same, so maybe at one point they got shifted and I just never paid attention. But um yeah, sorry. Now, so every time I catch myself saying like a slang without thinking about it, I have the urge to go Google if it's AAVE or not because I'm trying to eradicate that from my vernacular because I know how on one level it's kind of gotten into English over time to where like if you look up the origin of a lot of words like it comes but then it's like I don't know what's okay for me to say or not say. So is closet a term that it's okay for me to say? I don't know. If it's not, I'm gonna Google that, and someone can also feel free to correct me if they want the class to be educated in the comments. But I'm gonna do my googling on that. Fucking. I got a demand for free labor. I'm like, if someone wants, everybody needs to go Google if we don't know. But fucking, I don't know where I'm going with that. Fucking, I'm sorry how I got there. Because now I'm questioning everything I say, but now then I get into overthinking, and then it's like in processing my thoughts. Sometimes I think I'm speaking on things that I shouldn't be speaking on. I'm leaving out the material because I'm not sure if I've said anything that has gone too far over that limit. I just think I'm reaching that limit, if that makes sense. But then again, maybe it's not my place to say that. But uh, it's something I'm bringing my awareness to because I feel like there's like a line where we gotta acknowledge history, but then it's like I'm not trying to teach it though. I don't know, but I'm trying to focus on marketing. But with the way I feel marketing and business and capitalism are intertwined with history, I always end up going back to that because that's kind of like how my mind works. But then I don't know if that's like a good or bad thing. Sorry. This is like a really fucking long intro and it makes no damn sense. But okay, so I'm about to roll my intro clip, and then what we're gonna do is I'm gonna go over Lisa's. Oh my God, I've said Lisa, and I think I put Lisa in the title for this description, but I'm gonna go change it. It's Luisa, Luisa Zhou, Zhou. Shit, I can't get shit right. I am so sorry. So you know what? I need to drag. I have my Discord stream right here. I got to edit this right now because that is muy importante. How to fuck this shit up. Damn. Okay. Yeah. Immediate fixing. Save. Done. Okay. Back. Ugh. Life is hard. Okay. Um. Alright. So we're going to react to her YouTube channel, Luisa's YouTube channel. And then we're going to look at her website a little bit too. And we're going to talk about her messaging. And then I am going to compare her to Ingrid Arna. And I've linked a video in the description of this if you want to go back and watch all of that. I'm not going to do like a complete side-by-side comparison because I'm not trying to like have two women against each other like that. But I'm talking, so we're just strictly speaking theoretically here about their marketing messages and strategies and their lead acquisition as I perceive it. And I specifically picked Luisa because I remember liking her crap, so I'm hoping that to show you guys, because yesterday I had showed y'all a bitch about shit I didn't fucking like, and didn't like any of that shit. I'm really hoping that this is shit, like that I can show you and point, like, this is how to do it. That's what my goal is to show with you guys, but I didn't refresh if on any of the current content. I'm talking so much. Alright, I'm gonna roll my little intro bitch thing, and then we're gonna get right up into this. I said I wanted this to be a short live, and it's already like a 10 fucking minute intro. Like, damn. Hi, my name is Lexi, also known as and doing business as Deaf Child. In 2022, my company was listed as number 14 Best Louisiana Events Companies and Startups. I have been doing business as Deaf Child since 2013. I have my Bachelor of Science in Music Industry Studies and Business Administration, and deafness runs in my family genetically. Speech is not fully accessible to me. And I've got about 50 certifications in marketing and sales that you can find at noladeafchild.com. I just realized, like, I did drag up the mixer on my audio, but I don't know if I warned you guys that that's what I was doing. But I've noticed, like, that discrepancy in my audio, so maybe it'll fix that, where, like, the thing that we're watching will be louder than me speaking, to where there's, like, a big discrepancy in volume. Alright, so, Luisa's channel, she basically talks about actionable experience-backed tips for building your dream business and life. It's like on one level, I guess someone could critique the idea of what if this could imply a guarantee of achieving a dream life or something. But on another level, I think it works because it helps people kind of like imagine themselves doing business with her in terms of thinking about what they want their professional life to look like. So I could see like pros and cons with this wording. But what I really like, and that's in terms of the building your dream business and life part, I really like particularly if it left off life, I think it would be better because you can't guarantee how you can't control shit on someone's life. But if you are a good coach, I really do believe you can influence someone's business to that degree. But we can't do life. Like, come on, like that's a little too far, I think. But Like, then I don't know if I'm being a little over the top in terms of like I can be critical, but it's with all love, just in terms of like what could be a critique. It's still like I led with like a really good message, and my favorite part about it is the beginning though, where it says actionable, experienced backed tips. That's my favorite shit. And what I really like about her compared to the fucking shit we were watching yesterday is she's not using spirituality in her messaging to convince you to buy from her. And she's not fucking um using I don't feel like she uses income disparity in the way that that other bitch does. You know what I'm saying? Like Ingrid Ar what I didn't like about Ingrid Arna. So that's what I like about her. Um, for what we could react to today, I figured I could just kind of react to what she has for the three, and that's kind of what's popped up right here. Uh, the three like new to the channel, because I figured it would be a way for me to react to, engage, and see what is her lead acquisition like for her YouTube channel. Um, But already, I really like, because she's not making her content based on like sensuality and relationships and trying to tell people. I feel like because that wording that I didn't like before was used to get into people's heads in order to pressure them into buying. So, what I like about Luisa's content is it focuses specifically on the business and the marketing. um in terms of what it's focused on, the once we go into it, maybe I'll think differently, but that's what I'm seeing from the overview here. So
You need to see
you
the
need to see the oops. Okay, she has a few different videos I thought we could check out. The first one's called 106K in 4 months, an exactly strategy and how I did it. I don't know if I'll react to all three videos. I might not. I have to work tomorrow. So we'll just see how quickly this all goes. What I think I am gonna do is watch on 2 times speed. And that is because yesterday, like, if I don't watch on 2 times speed, this live will go on even longer. So it's gotta be done. But if that's too fast for me, then I'm gonna slow it down. Um, all right. So let's get this bitch started.
details because it can feel tough and even impossible to build a side hustle while working a full-time job. I'm going to be fully transparent and show you the
That's actually super true. Like a lot of people, the hardest part of like the bootstrap quote unquote, which is basically impossible. Pull yourself up by your bootstraps is where people expect you to maintain the 9 to 5 job workload, build a business, have a social life, eat, rest, clean your house, right? That's fucking impossible. Um, so we're gonna see what she has to say about that, and if I feel value aligned with it.
strategy and numbers breakdown with the goal that you build more belief in what's possible for you. Hi, I'm Luisa Zhou, and this channel is all about actionable advice to help you build your own profitable
Okay, so Luisa Zhou is how we say it, I think, if I'm not mistaken.
business to go from employee to entrepreneur and beyond. Because I truly believe that anyone can build their own business if you're willing to do the work, myself included. Rewinding almost 10 years, I was building my first online business while working a very demanding job. It took me over 2 years of trying, giving up, and ungiving up before things came together for 6 figures in 4 months.
So I will say, I could see reasons to critique the "if you're willing to do work" wording, but what I like about this wording compared to Ingrid Arna is, on some level, like, you do have to be willing to do a certain amount of work in order to be profitable, because fucking if you're not doing the work, if you're not making this money, um basically, like, it's not going to happen with the results, with the sales. Because a lot of people, they think, okay, you start up a business, you make one Facebook post, you're going to get customers, and that's not necessarily the case, you know? So it takes a lot of effort to generate leads. And I think a lot of people, they don't understand the amount of views and resources it takes to acquire those views and to acquire that engagement and get that traffic to your point of sale. You know what I'm saying? To where they will give up before they get there because they don't know where they're going and how far along they are in that journey because they don't even know what the end is supposed to look like, really, other than the fact that they're not, may or may not be making money.
I want to make sure you do not miss that very important point because overnight successes are fairy tales. And I definitely wasn't one. If you've been working hard without a lot of progress, hopefully this normalizes your learning curve. If you keep
That's my favorite thing about her. I'm really sure I got this. Oh, you know what? I had this turned up a little. I'm gonna turn it down a little. My favorite thing right here is where she's like, "That shit's a fairy tale. It's not gonna happen overnight." Love that because yeah, that's completely different than when I was judging before, where Ingrid Arna was basically like, "You're just not working hard enough, and you have to manifest it." Like, what? Bitch, come on. Versus she's like, dude, this isn't a fairy tale. That is realistic. Thank you. Thank you. Okay, let's keep going.
at it, things will come together, even if it doesn't feel like it right now. Because I didn't have anyone sharing their journey with me, I had to figure things out through trial and error, starting with one of the first questions you have to answer too. Where are you going to find your clients? I was talking to a copywriter and learned she was getting clients using Facebook groups. Back then, I was doing advertising consulting. Because my ideal clients were similar to hers, I asked what group she was in and joined those two. Once you know where to find your clients, consistency and value will be key to getting their attention. If you want to keep it simple, you can do what I did. I marked
Honestly, that is a great idea because that is basically what part of my advertising strategy, you know. So I am on every day, almost every work day. I pull up Facebook, Instagram. When I was on Twitter, I did it on Twitter, but then my Twitter got hacked and I never got back on. So Facebook, Instagram, Snapchat, LinkedIn, Threads, fucking TikTok, all of that. Not Threads actually. Well, Threads I will post my YouTube videos on and like video content, but I don't really post my marketing advertising beyond my video content on Threads because there's like no ads on Threads, and so I want to keep it an ad-free space. You know, I was like, wow, a social platform with no ads, like that's incredible, right? So I don't like if you consider my YouTube videos an ad, sure. But fucking yeah, besides that, nah. I'm not, you know what I mean? But anywho, sorry. Fucking, I pull up all those things and I would post different things there every day based on different stages of my buyers and the customer journey and funnel. And so then from all of that, I also pull up within Facebook. I'm in a lot of groups, so I'll pull up perhaps 10 a day. And except for the ones I own a couple of groups that I'll post as much as I want in because fuck it, it's my fucking group. If you don't like it, leave it. Just kidding. But you know what I mean? Uh, I won't just, say anything. But I mean, I'm gonna promote my shit in there. Fucking, but other groups that I don't own, I won't post more than one a day. And then except for actually a couple of groups that get so much traffic that I don't think anyone cares if I post more than one a day. Fucking, and besides all of that, you know what I'm saying? Because it's about getting clicks to your shit. It's about getting views, about getting click, and that's how you get people into your funnel. So I will post. I'm in like, for me, I do music marketing, and I'm also deaf, and so I post within, and I live in New Orleans. So a lot of my stuff will focus on business and advertising, New Orleans, music, as well as deaf shit, and that's where all of my groups go. So you kind of find your niche in that way.
day one on the calendar and decided that for the next 4 weeks, I would show up in the group every day, no matter what, and give advice to help people with their advertising questions. You don't have to wait for people to respond either. A woman was asking ads questions in the group. I messaged her that I'd love to help if she answers some market research questions in return. After a great initial call, I continued to help her through email for 2 weeks. This building of trust through offering valuable free advice led to her emailing me one day out of the blue and asking if she could hire me. The result? My first sale for $5,000. I'd worked my butt off to earn a good salary in my career, and I wanted to earn at the same level as a coach. I decided to charge a premium price by calculating my hourly salary and multiplying that by how many hours I...
This is all fantastic advice. I have gotten clients this way. Yes, from making videos, for example. That's kind of like what I try to do with my video content. That's what I use with my Discord and stuff like that. And that's kind of how, like, you know, whenever I'm interacting with people, if I see they have a business or if I see they're asking for help with marketing, that's what I try to do. Like, you know what I'm saying? And I sometimes if I see someone struggling and I know that like they're really fucking doing something that I feel could be harmful for them, I'm gonna be like, hey, by the way. But I don't go give advice to people who aren't looking for it if I can keep my mouth shut, because with marketing, because that's when they shut down typically, because from my perspective, maybe I'm just not knowing how to do it right, but what I've noticed is if someone isn't looking for advice and you give it to them, they usually take it more as an insult. Even if you like, I feel like I've been pretty nice, and people will act pretty insulted by me giving advice that they didn't ask for. And so I don't do that with marketing, because I just But for me, like the reason, anytime I do feel the need to do like the urge to do it, it's because it will be something that I wish I knew before, But that doesn't mean everybody else wants to know it. So
estimated I'd work with her over 6 months. If you want to command premium prices too, I think you'll find what my first client said very helpful. I figured the price would be about that, and I was ready to say yes before we even hopped on this call. With all the help you've already given me, I know the value I'll get working with you will be so much more. In case you're thinking,
I mean, yeah, that is a good way to go, because I had the same kind of thing happen with me, and I keep saying that, but because fucking I don't know. I just feel like a lot of what she's saying aligns with everywhere I would like my content to be in a way. And then versus what I was watching last night, I was just like, I hope I am never like that. You know what I'm saying? It's just total different responses for me right now. So, if you want to know what I think about this chick, I think I'm going to click subscribe. I'm going to go through her content. If something comes up, bio alignment, we'll see. But um, just from these few minutes in already, and from the overview, and from what I think I remember, and I also found her on Facebook ads years ago. I feel like this is a great source so far, from my opinion, on marketing and advertising and business. Personally, let's keep watching.
things went super smoothly for me and you just have it harder, don't worry. What you're going through is normal. Because after that first yes, I had 30 rejections from potential clients in a row. Feeling like you can't catch a break isn't necessarily a...
I love that she's talking about her rejections. I can't speak. Her rejections and failures, because the way that Ingrid Arno is trying to make you kind of like try to be relatable was through trauma dumping. I feel like I feel when you watch Ingrid Arna's content and you process it, in a way, it's kind of trauma dumping and love bombing her viewers into buying from her. Versus, and when you go watch Luisa's shit, she's literally like, this is this is the real shit that actually fucking helped me grow. This is it. Like, she told you the fucking strategy. Like, it's a great fucking strategy. Like, you can start doing that shit right now. Try it every day for 4 weeks. See if you don't make a sale. Just like, and focus on, if you make sure you have Google Analytics, and focus on traffic as well. Focus on building relationships, and focus on how much traffic can you get to your site, things like that. Or wherever wherever you're sending people, like, well, that's my advice, but Like I just feel like this is way more professional. And okay, last thing. I don't feel that Ingrid Arna fully gives like the advice Ingrid Arna gives, like I was saying, like it's like intro shit. Like it's just conceptual, like, and that is important to know, but it does not help you make money. Okay? She's telling you the shit that you're gonna use to make money. You don't. You can go learn about the rest of marketing if you want to, because you have a passion for it. You want to understand what's working and why it's working. But she's telling you right now what you can go do, and it's sustainable. You know what I'm saying? And you can apply it to different platforms, right? Like, come on.
Sign you can't reach your goals. Instead, I chose to flip my perspective by doing something drastic to shake things up. To help people see how much I could help them, I dropped my price to $1,500 and offered many free consulting sessions. After a lot of them, my next few clients signed up. And just as importantly, I also got my confidence back up. Most people are too proud to drop their price or charge a low.
Okay, honestly, I totally agree that that can be a good way to go because I have done that. I did recently have to shut that down. And the reason being because right now where I'm at with my I don't want to scale too quickly, so I don't want the pressure of hiring someone long term. So I will instead I kind of outsource every now and then. Just until beyond the affiliate program, that's technically not like an employee. But um, you know what I'm saying? So I fucking had to stop doing free strategy sessions for now at least, or maybe long term, because I can't provide good results in my strategy sessions because I was like offering, free work with that. Because I need to focus on the clients that are paying me at this time. You know what I'm saying? And so I had to stop that because I don't need to. I mean, if I generate more leads, that's great. I would love to serve anybody that comes my way. I look forward to meeting you. But I don't need to serve, like, I'm not, you know what I'm saying? Like, so I had to stop myself. But perhaps from watching her content, I will learn ways to bring it back out in a sustainable way. We'll see.
Lower one starting out, but here's how I think about it. Sometimes you have to slow down to speed up, and the result, $11,000 in sales. Hopefully you're
You know what's so funny about her saying you have to slow down and speed up? Is I was saying in a previous live stream, you have to basically turn right to go left because you have to set a really low cost cap on running ads to make money before you gradually raise it. You know what I'm saying? In terms of when I do test, strategize, and stabilize, scale. Um, so yeah, I feel like what she's teaching is in line with things that I've been learning from like the Pesh Mandalia and Common Thread Collective. Um, like those teachings all align.
seeing how much work and resilience it takes to start getting traction. But that's just part of the journey. Going through that means you're on your way. Not that you can't do it. But just because it's this hard for you now doesn't mean it'll always be this way. Your experience and momentum will build to create your breakthrough moment, possibly when you least expect it. After 2 months,
I also like that wording too because I constantly feel like everything I've ever done led me to where I am now.
and really the 2 years before that, my momentum was building because people have been seeing me show up every day. They're also hearing from my free consulting sessions and my clients that I'm the real deal. Sometimes you do get to catch a break. And I experienced that with my next few clients coming to me. But of course, there's always room for more growth. Figuring out how to handle my clients and my job was the next hurdle because now I was fully booked. I couldn't take on more clients, but I wasn't ready to turn in my notice either. I'm not going to lie to you and tell you it's going to be easy. But there is a solution. Even though I didn't feel ready, I knew it was important to leverage my time with a group program. When the time comes for you to do something similar or really anything new, you probably won't feel ready either.
So, for I do feel if you have a 9 to 5, if she got all those clients in a month, either the advice she gave was that incredible to where she was able to have a very high conversion rate, Or I feel she might not, she might have, I wonder when the fuck did she sleep? Because it takes a lot of time and work to acquire leads with this strategy from me using it. So I'm saying this to acknowledge how much work goes into it. Not to question her doing it, but to say like if this is the strategy that you built it off of, but while you had a full-time job, like hats off to you, because I can barely keep that up generally.
That's okay, because most of the time, you won't feel fully ready until after you've done the thing. Plus, a lot of people will teach you to overcomplicate things. But around here, we keep it simple. All I did was take the first few weeks of what I was doing with my private clients and package it into a short group program for a little over $400. I did daily live streams, shared the program and why it was going to be amazing every day, and talked to everyone who was even remotely interested in the program. But the key was I didn't give up. This was super important because I didn't make a single sale until the last 3 or 4 days of the enrollment period. You bet, I was scared I was going to fail and look really stupid. But my commitment to myself was to do my best and never give up, even though for weeks it looked like I might not make a single sale. It's a good thing I didn't give up though, or else I would have missed out on 18 sales. During this time, I kept on repeating one of my favorite Luisisms, which you're absolutely welcome to use too. It's not over until it's over. Whatever you're promoting, don't stop or give up until you've sold it out, no matter how long it takes. It's normal.
Actually, I feel like she'd also be like a really good fitness coach. I could just see her being like a drill sergeant, not in like I don't have necessarily positive associations with the military typically, but in terms of the caricature of a drill sergeant, just kind of like pushing you to your limit and making you work out like extremely hard and shit like that is like in my head. I could see her having that level of like intensity and coaching. But I mean that as a compliment in terms of she's like, no, we're not fucking giving up, bitch. Just kidding, but
Normal for things to take longer, especially in the beginning, but it's worth it. With those group sales and a few people who wanted to work with me privately at my new higher rate, guess where month 3 ended up sales-wise?
Oh, and you know what? Another comment. So this other chick was basically saying, Ingrid Arno is basically like, if you're not making sales, it's because you don't believe in yourself enough, and you're supposed to be manifesting it. And she didn't offer like basically much help with fucking marketing at all. Like no advice, you know what I'm saying? Versus this, she's giving you so much advice, and then she's telling you don't give up. She's not telling you you're not working hard enough. She's telling you don't stop. It's totally different energy. You know what I'm saying?
$41,000. I still can't believe it, honestly. But that's what's possible when you don't give up, lead with value, and build trust with people. When you're feeling overwhelmed by all the complicated strategies and tactics available, try focusing on just that instead. You'll probably grow faster too. Normally, a lot of people think that after a big sales month, you have to have a smaller sales month next. But I disagree. I believe that you can use growth to create more growth. If you're focusing on the right things, you can
Use growth to create more growth is something I really, really like, because the whole concept of I forgot what I was saying. Fucking I'm sorry, I'm like this. Hmm. Oh, yes. Um the whole concept of breaking the feast and famine cycle is that one of the ways you can break your feast and famine, well, the feast and famine cycle is a period of time, in business where you have upflows and downflows in business and sales and traffic depending on many factors. It could be, seasonality, it could be a marketing or pricing thing, it could be different factors, but it refers to, or it could be the periods of time it takes for you to generate a lead, work on the lead, and then get another lead. You know what I'm saying? And the periods of income fluctuation with that. So one of the ways you can break the feast and famine cycle is by using your busier times to schedule business in your slower times. And so using growth to create more growth reminded me of that, and I like it.
grow continually without fear that it's too good to be true or not sustainable. I absolutely watched that talk in month 4. I focused on over-delivering. Because of that, the group program had a 90% plus success rate, which is unheard of. A lot of advice focuses on helping you make sales. But
I love that. I feel like I also said in a live recently, under promise, over deliver. Dude, yes. See, this bitch is like everything like she's saying. I'm like, yes, right? Like I was like,
Nobody talks about what happens after the sale. That's actually just as important though. A lot of my group program participants loved their results so much, they purchased my private package afterwards. Plus, as I shared their results, more people hired me for my private package. Others pre-bought spots in my next group program. All because I focused on the right things. I was fully booked. I had pre-sales for my next group program, plenty of cash in the business account, and payment plans coming in for the next few months. In fact,
Whoops. Alright. So, my bad. I am back. To be honest, I skipped back because all of this kind of remind me of, and I have just pulled up Canva graphics, and I just felt the urge to go look and see. And to be honest, I couldn't find any of these specific people on Canva, so I could be wrong. But why do I just feel like this looks so similar? Um, and the way it's shot. But it could speak to a typical, like, the images used just look like stock photos, and I don't know if that speaks to a caliber of professionalism or it's just a standard look of a high quality photograph and I'm overthinking it, or like, because what are the qualifications? It's just, why does it feel so stock photography to me? I can't put my finger on it. Perhaps it's the way all of them have their arms kind of crossed. What are the chances? I don't know. Things like that. Versus it's like a common stock photograph to do crossed arms in here. So, but I was just like, damn. Whenever I saw that, I was like, am I high again? Because, like, damn, like, but yeah, so that's literally what the fuck I paused for. And yes, I did spend that long staring at this. So we are here now. Let's finish this bitch. And I think we're gonna rewatch a segment of it because I don't remember how far I went. So, whoops.
My next group program, all because I focused on the right things.
Oh, those were videos. I was looking at pictures. Wait a minute. Hold on. Oh, this time you're a part of the journey with me. I'm sorry. I just wanted to see something. Okay, okay, okay. Let's get back to the fucking video. But why do I just think everybody looks alike? They're totally fucking different people, and I'm just a bitch. Okay, well, if they are stock photos, they are not from Canva. Um, sorry. Okay, okay, let's get back to business. My bad.
I was fully booked. I had pre-sales for my next group program, plenty of cash in the business account, and payment plans coming in for the next few months. In fact, sales for month 4 came to almost $50,000. Things can change quickly if you keep at it, no matter how tough it can feel or how long you've been trying already. That's okay. It's just part of the journey. And
I love the way that she is talking about this all. I do wonder, like, I do think, like, because I always think it's interesting when people report their specific earnings. It just feels, I always question it if that's how it occurred. But a lot of people do it. So is every single person lying? Is she lying? Maybe she isn't. Like, this is probably true. Um, I don't. I do think, perhaps there are contributing factors that she's also excluding. Perhaps, like, her network, that could have also helped her circumstances. Because I also find that the network of community that you find yourself in can greatly contribute to the success of your business as well, in terms of, where she was finding the post. But yeah, fucking, I don't know. I'm processing. Let's keep watching. My bad.
high five to you for being willing to face all that and follow your big dreams. But a super important warning. Building your own profitable business that replaces your salary and lets you leave your 9 to 5 is absolutely within reach. But there are 3 critical mistakes you want to avoid. Let's get into those next in this video here. I'll see you there.
I guess there's, I'm not saying that I disagree with her using that wording necessarily, because I think it is important to let people know that if they do want to build a business, it is possible for them to do so, because a lot of people don't start because they don't even think it's possible for them to if they have nothing to start with, but they totally could if they, you know. Um, but what I will also say is, let's do the next one.
Without this piece, the book can feel like unbelievable.
Um, I think I might not read. Yeah, we'll see how long it takes me to get through this. Fucking, what the fuck was I saying? Hold on, my bad. Okay, yeah, I was saying like there's a level in which I can see like telling people like it's possible for them to do a business, but I feel like you should also make sure you're not like making anybody feel like you're guaranteeing that they're gonna be able to get something done, particularly in a specific time frame. You know what I mean? But I don't think she necessarily specifically ever explicitly does that. But I do just question if the way she provokes feelings is so good that it could lead to that. Okay, so now this next video we're going to react to today is called Why It Doesn't Work for Most Entrepreneurs, and Fix It Today. And we're gonna see. And I think she's talking about a book because it's pulled up on her screen called Think and Grow Rich by Napoleon Hill. I don't know shit about that book, but I was just like I was just like complimenting that she didn't do the whole manifest your wealth thing, but her marketing isn't that way. So perhaps she is sharing it from the point of how she was able to uh adjust her mindset to get started building a business. We'll see. Let's see.
Can feel like unbelievable BS that won't work for you. But the truth is, it can help you hit your business goals faster. Let's look at the commonly missed key that will make this process work for you. Hi, I'm Luisa Zhou. You can think of me as your cool big sister who will help you build your business, because I truly believe anyone can if you're willing to put in the work. Before we get to the fix, let's talk about a key concept. I completely missed this piece the first time I read Think and Grow Rich about 10 years ago. But I thought I understood the process. You pick a goal, set a deadline, figure out a plan, and let the magic happen. That's why I literally wrote, I will make $30,000 by the end of 3 months. Not having made any money at that point, by the way. Of course, it didn't work because I completely misunderstood a key step the book briefly mentions. Auto-suggestion. Let me explain. Basically, it's how you talk to yourself, because we do it all the time, even when you don't realize it. It uses a similar principle to the placebo effect. Essentially, you can change your beliefs and behavior simply by repeating statements to yourself. But contrary to popular belief, it is not as simple as using affirmations. Don't worry.
Okay. So I know I had a lot to criticize with Ingrid Arna for taking this route, but let me talk about the difference between her and Ingrid Arna here. Because she's right now talking about self-reflection. She's not trying to push, she's not trying to tell you what you should or shouldn't be doing. She's telling you what she did, how she reflected, and why she think it could be beneficial for you. It's completely different wording. Um, and I also like how she's talking about the way you talk to yourself, because the way you talk to yourself can matter, particularly when it comes to performance. Um, so yeah.
Though, I'm going to break it down for you with tangible examples to help you grow faster. Starting with the goal that you set. This is a make or break decision. In fact, it's why Think and Grow Rich didn't work for me the first time. I picked a goal that felt way too big to be believable. Once I changed my goal from making a pie in the sky $30,000 to getting just one client, everything changed. More on how in just a second. But first, a warning. Don't pick too small of a goal either. Instead, pick a rubber band goal. A goal that's enough of a stretch to feel exciting, but that's not too big that it breaks your belief because it feels impossible. If you haven't
I really like the way that she words that as well, because I've heard it before with like the SMART acronym, where what the fuck does the S stand for? Measurable, attainable, shit. I don't remember what the fucking acronym stands for, to be honest. But we'll Google it. And something about setting goals, time. I don't remember what the S and the R stand for, but I know the A and the R and the M and the A and the T. I know what they stand for. Uh, fuck, I can't speak or think. But anywho, fucking yeah. So I don't know. I just find the way she does this to be way better, and also we're not watching a 40 fucking minute video. The other video was about 8 minutes. This one's like 5. It's great.
Made a single sale yet, that goal might be to get your first client. If you've made a few sales, you might want to aim for repeating that amount to prove it wasn't a fluke. You'll know you picked the right goal when you feel motivated by it, but also a little nervous about being able to hit it. High five for picking the right goal for you. But that's just the beginning. Because
I love that too because she gives you a really good way because the SMART acronym doesn't really necessarily like yeah, it can give you parameters for setting goals that sound nice in terms of being able to set like a deadline and shit, but like she tells you how to know if that goal feels right in a way. You know what I mean? I like this better.
unfortunately, we don't just imaginable and have it magically fall into our lap. We all know to take action, but that's actually not the whole picture. Because if you set the right stretch goal, you're also going to feel some doubt and fear that you can actually hit it. That is normal, but it's how you handle it that makes all the difference. For years, even though I was doing the work to try and build my business, guess what I was thinking? I don't know if I can really do this. Who am I to build a business? Why would anyone want to buy from me? It became a self-fulfilling prophecy. But once I understood the power of autosuggestion, I got really protective of myself and my thoughts. Every time I found myself thinking something negative, which in the beginning felt like every other second, I caught that thought. First, I would remind myself that's a thought. It's not necessarily the truth. Then I reframed the thought into a more positive one. But this is key. I didn't try to make
I honestly think this is good for anybody to hear that gets stuck in thought loops.
myself believe a ridiculously positive thought because I wouldn't have. Instead, I chose a thought that was more positive but still believable. For example, when I caught myself thinking, I don't know if I can really do this, I flipped that to, that's a thought, not the truth. I can get one client. I'm just going to focus on that right now. Think of this as being the goalie of your thoughts. Your job is to make sure no negative thoughts get stuck in your mind and to shift those thoughts into positive ones that move you forward. But no matter how vigilant you are, there's one big hurdle that trips up so many entrepreneurs.
Also, another thing I like is that she's talking about things that you can do right now to fix issues you're having today, but she's not necessarily guaranteeing that the result's going to happen today. I like that.
What I'm about to share actually goes against the advice in Think and Grow Rich, but I've seen this over and over after coaching well over 1,000 entrepreneurs. Most of the time, giving yourself a deadline actually sets you back. First, procrastinators will procrastinate, but even more importantly, most of us will get discouraged if we don't hit our goal by the deadline. Think about what a deadline really is though. Most of the time, it's a date that has no meaning except what we give it. Instead of using a set date, there is a better way to hit your goals much faster. Set a new deadline. As soon as possible and as long as it takes. This way, you don't get discouraged because you have no deadline to miss, but you're also motivated because you feel a sense of urgency to move as quickly as you can. This is so important, but it doesn't matter how motivated or determined you feel if you don't have a plan. That's why I share.
I also really like the way she's talking about procrastination and missing deadlines and how to get over that because a lot of it, people, you just feel guilty and stuff, and people don't really tell you how to get out of that whole cycle. So this is nice.
A breakdown of how I made $106,000 in just 4 months before I left my 9 to 5 in this video. You'll see my strategy and numbers breakdown and build more belief in what's possible for you. I'll see you there. You need to know exactly what to do to get clients, who to sell to.
My bad, I forgot to fucking unmute, but I think I will go ahead and fucking react to this one more video, and this is gonna be the last video I react to of hers. Um, and this one is called "All You Need Is This One Sentence Marketing Plan." And fucking, I find her content to be very helpful. Her lead acquisition is amazing. So I'm going to react to this video and then summarize what I think about her lead acquisition, and then we'll go into the website and summarize the live is what I think we're gonna do.
Where to go and what to say, because without clients, you won't have a business. Not to mention one that frees you from your corporate job and gives you the freedom, fulfillment, and control you crave. Hi, I'm Luisa Zhou, and this channel is all about actionable business advice so you can build your own profitable business and go from employee to entrepreneur and beyond. Because I truly believe anyone can build a business if you're willing to do the work. Let's start with the first part of the sentence. Who will you sell to? A common place to start is who you used to be before you figured out the solution that your business helps people with. Looking at myself,
On some levels, I have mixed feelings about the idea of if you're willing to do the work too, because I hate capitalism and I don't really believe, you know what I mean? But on our level, like, community contribution is work, and we all are meant to contribute to a community. And also, no one else can live your life for you. So if you do want a business, you do have to put the effort in. So, I can see reasons to like and reasons to dislike this expression. But let's keep going.
I had a good job that I worked my butt off for, but I wanted more. While it took me a few years, I worked hard to build my first business to 6 figures before I left my job. After that, people started asking me for help doing the same thing. Fast forward almost 10 years, and here we are. Ask yourself, what is my ideal client struggling with? Who are they? What characteristics define them? And what do they ultimately want that I can help with? Because if you don't know who your clients are, you won't be able to connect with them in a way that appeals to them. And as a result, they won't be interested in buying from you. But just knowing who your customer is isn't enough. How will you find your customer so they know your business even exists? No one wants to waste time or effort struggling to find clients. In order to find lots of new customers with the least amount of work, here's one of my favorite strategies. Think about it like this. If you had to give news to everyone in your neighborhood, how would you do it? Would you go from door to door for every single person? Or would you go to the next neighborhood association meeting or neighborhood party where everyone is gathered so that you can reach as many people at once as possible? The same idea applies to business. You could
Honestly, she just described like why I prefer digital marketing over traditional in such an amazing way that I've never been able to necessarily articulate to others. Um, to the point where I might send people this video whenever I'm trying to explain that to them.
try and reach one person at a time by building your own social media account, for example. But one of the fastest ways to start getting clients is by figuring out these gathering places your ideal clients go to online. I'm talking about podcasts, publications, forums, online groups, or other businesses that provide complementary services to yours. Essentially, people with businesses that have built an audience already of your ideal clients. I like to think of them as gatekeepers because that's what they are.
Boom. Okay? She is giving you the gold and she's not even asking for money for it.
Instead of having to find your clients one by one, you can reach a lot of them at once via these gatekeepers. But why would these gatekeepers want to help you and let their audience that they have worked so hard to build know about you? First, because you're not a direct competitor. You offer a service that's complementary to theirs, so there's no harm. More importantly, because you offer complementary service, you can offer valuable content that they themselves might not be an expert in, but that their audience might find helpful. For example,
Light bulb. And she's also putting in context to me like the way that I've seen, for example, if you like to follow LawTube, LAWTUBE, YouTube, LawTube, fucking, how all of the content creators support each other. I feel like the way she's explaining it kind of explains why that's all beneficial for them to do.
let's say you're a health coach for busy professionals. You wouldn't look for gatekeepers who are also health coaches. Instead, you would look for career coaches, entrepreneurs, and productivity coaches. And that's just a few examples. And you would offer to
And it's also getting me because I've also said before, it's on my videos as a short, I believe, where I said one of the biggest ad mistakes I made was trying to market to people who are interested in what I'm doing, because people who are interested in marketing are people who are already doing marketing. And what got me, yes, and what helped me get sales was finding people who use my services. You know what I'm saying? Like, boom, yes. I'm going to find and link that video in the description. Um,
share health coaching tips with their audience via a podcast interview, email, video, guest post article, or whatever their preferred format is, in return for them sharing that with their audience so they can learn about you. And if you're wondering how to find these gatekeepers, I like to use good old Google. But if you need some help or don't have the time, here's what I recommend. There are a lot of people you can hire on platforms like Upwork and Fiverr who are very good at doing this type of research for you. Plus, they're fast and have very reasonable rates. Either way, you now know how to find your ideal clients, so high five on that. But knowing where to find your ideal clients is not enough. Because if you're not sharing a message that your ideal clients care about, it doesn't matter how many of them know about you, they still won't be interested. The key is to make sure what you have to say will actually resonate with your ideal clients. Time for an unwisdom alert. You may have even experienced two common mistakes that waste your time and prevent you from making progress in your business. And they are this wrong advice. If you're sharing purely motivational or feel-good content, sure, that feels good, and people may even like it. But it's like fluff. You forget it as soon as it's out of sight. That won't help you get clients. Or maybe you're giving
Dude, yes. I love that she's telling people what not to do because these are great. This is a great thing to avoid. I agree.
random advice related to your business and it's good, but it's not speaking to the things your ideal clients care about. It doesn't matter how good it is because they don't care. If you're not talking about what your ideal clients care about, nothing else matters. You won't have their attention and they definitely won't buy from you. But now that
I will say though, I do use fluff content just in terms of brand recognition and brand recall in the mirror endowment exposure theory and exposing people to my brand elements during times where I don't want to overload them with ad fatigue. So, when you know what you're doing with fluff content, it can have a good purpose, but she's right. I love this.
you know what not to say, what will actually resonate and grab their attention. The answer lies in knowing what your ideal clients care about. That means, what are they struggling with and how does that make them feel? What do they want? What do they think their obstacles are to getting it and how can you help them overcome those obstacles?
Also, another thought I was just saying having was like a fluff content could also be good for like a palate cleanser too. If you're talking about heavy issues with your work, sometimes it is good to throw some fluff in there because you do need, that little palate cleanser. You need some joy. You need to escape a little bit sometimes too. Um, and I also like how she's talking about overcoming obstacles of like barriers of entry into the marketplace. I think that's fantastic to share.
Obstacles. That's what you want to talk about. And anything you say, whether it's introducing yourself or sharing how you can help your ideal clients or sharing your experience, should relate back to it. If you need, you can always refer back to this video as an example of how to do this. But how do you bring it together into that one sentence plan that I promised? We're gonna get to that in just 1 second. But first, let's talk about how often to use this plan. To not get overwhelmed worrying about how often you have to do your marketing so you can focus on getting out there and getting found by your ideal clients, follow this marketing plan every day, at least every weekday. Let's bring it together in one sentence. Then
I agree. That's what I've been saying. You do have to do this. Like you have to show up every fucking day when you do this, and that's what people often don't do. In my experience, is they'll show up for a week or two, but they might not show up every day that week. They might show up a day or two. Not many people are willing to consistently share on the level you have to do in order to get the sales, or network as much as you need to network in order to generate the lead. And I'm not trying to go Ingrid Arna on you where I'm all like, you're just not working hard enough. But I want to say, like, because the work you've done to get to that point matters. But a lot of people give up before they could get to the sale, or before they don't bother trying to fix the offer when they're not getting a sale after a certain amount of work, or they don't try fixing the marketing. Instead, they give up, right? So I feel like I really like what she's saying.
I have one more very important tip for you if you want to make more sales. But first, let's go over the sentence. With it, you won't have to feel overwhelmed anymore with how to market yourself. I'm going to sell to whom by marketing where every day, and I'm going to speak to at least one of these things my ideal clients care about. You can feel confident knowing you got this because now
I just really like this. So I just wanted to go back to this statement and pause here and say it again just to kind of hammer it in. And this is from Luisa Zhou. I'm so sorry if I mispronounced your name. Her quote is, I'm going to sell to whom by marketing where every day. And I'm going to speak to at least one of these things they care about. And using that as a template is, I think, incredible advice. Like, so now she's told you what to do, where to do it, how to do it, what to say. Like, I mean, chef's kiss.
you can feel confident knowing you got this because now you know exactly what to do. You have a solid plan you can follow, which means you can dream big and make it happen. But here's that super important tip. After you get your ideal client's attention, they're going to want to know how they can buy from you. You want a strong offer that they'll be interested in buying, otherwise all your great marketing will go to waste. There's a key step in creating a coaching package that your ideal clients love to buy. Check it out in this next video. I will see you there.
I love the way she ends the video. Really makes you want to go watch that next one, doesn't it? Um,
Out in this next video. I will see you there.
ah,
The key step in creating a coaching package that your ideal
Okay, sorry. I wanted to get to this video so I could pause here. I'm going to link this video in my description for if anybody wants to go watch it, but I'm not going to currently fucking react to it because I'm not trying to make my entire fucking like content and video, like a rip off of reacting to her, because that's her content where the views should go to her. But like, I just really felt called to show this example in comparison to the atrocity that I witnessed yesterday. I really needed I really needed to show something good. Fucking uh but so now I wanted to go over her website. I do the only I have some mixed feelings about the wording on her screen, like before you even scroll, on her homepage. Um, I love the picture of her, but it says build your own business. I like that. That's fine. But when it says become who you're meant to be and find your purpose, here's why I have conflicting feelings. The pro of it, what I can see being good about it, is the is explaining and imparting and helping someone envision the feeling of what it is like when you do feel like you've become who you're meant to be and found your purpose because you love what you do. You know what I'm saying? Like, I fucking. So, on one level, like, that's why I like the wording. But what I kind of don't like about the wording is you can't guarantee any of that. And these are also both lifelong journeys that people feel attuned to in different times of their lives. And here I go using the word attuned to, and I don't even. Damn, that's so ingrained of me. But um, when you go into her shit, I do think I feel like she's coming from the perspective though of just not of just wanting to provide like a positive mindset when you're doing the work because it can be a lot of work. So you can't go into it being like, you know, I gotta do all of this, it's gonna be horrible. Um so yeah, she focuses on courses and trainings and coaching, and she focuses on reaching people who want to do what she does. Um Now, the biggest difference between her and other people were so the reason I would invest in her, but I wouldn't invest in Ingrid Arna is the biggest difference is Ingrid is kind of being all like, you need to have a spiritual awakening and manifest your wealth, and you're not working hard enough, but pay me to tell you how to work harder kind of energy. And she doesn't seem to be sharing much help with marketing to people versus Luisa's coming from her wording. You know, I can't speak to either of their attention. I'm speaking to how their wording makes me feel about their possible attention. Um, but fucking, it just feels more genuine to me. We could question the idea of she's saying she's going to be your big sister. To me, that tells me she's looking to a younger audience than her. Um, I would take out the word big and just say sister because honestly, I think you have a lot to teach people of all ages, personally. But it makes me question if that means her ideal target audience is also women who are a bit younger than her that would look up to her. So even with a marketer's wording, you know, they're very intentional. So I always think about why a marketer chose the word that they chose. And sometimes you can tell, you can usually tell when someone is being explicit with their wording, I feel, versus when someone is either talking generally or has copied and pasted things. You know what I mean? Or I don't know. Like I feel like I can typically tell the difference between an AI shit versus human shit when it comes to marketing. Um, but yeah, fucking. I'm gonna link both of I'm gonna link the I already linked the YouTube channel I think in the description. I'll link the other video that the last video we watched made me want to go watch in the description for anybody else who also had the urge to go watch it. Um, and then just to recap, oh shit, did I do that? I didn't do that. I had said I was going to recap before we went into the website, but I forgot to do that, so let's go recap now. Um, so the three fucking, I'm looking now. The three videos that we looked at were 106K in 4 months, and we saw her exact strategy and how she did it. Then we looked at why it doesn't work for most entrepreneurs and how to fix that today. So, what was the missing piece of her strategy, as well as all you need is, for a marketing plan, one sentence. And honestly, that is pretty much true to get started. Like, it's a good summary of the entire rest of the marketing plan. It's like what you would call the commander's intent in a way is what I've been told it is, because it's like if you give someone a direction or an order and something changes, they may not know why you wanted them to do the thing, versus if they understand the intent behind an action, they'll understand how to achieve the goal no matter what they need to do to get there. You know what I'm saying? And so I feel like that is what her one sentence marketing plan is for a marketing plan. Like, at the end of the day, if you really want to fully execute and get full approval in every aspect of a marketing plan, you do need more to it. But if it's your own marketing plan and you're the one approving it, yeah, bitch, all you need is one fucking sentence. Um, you know what I'm saying? Like, yeah, fucking. So, because marketing plans also can vary campaign by campaign, it can be business wide. You can have a marketing plan for whatever you want to market. It could be a specific thing, it could be your whole business. Marketing plans change over time, it's not set in stone. You're not making a marketing plan and you're stuck with it forever, you know what I mean? So yeah, I feel like that's a pretty good summary of the whole live. I talk too much, so I'm gonna shut the fuck up now and end the live stream while it feels good. I just subscribed to Luisa Zhou. I hope you do too. I feel like, um, I really enjoy what she said. I feel like subscribing to her would be helpful for anyone in business. So I recommend it. But yeah, fucking all right. Thank you for your time today. I hope you have an amazing day. And I'm about to roll my outros, but I was just thinking like this shit is getting old quick. So I know that I've been using the same intros and outros for a minute, and might get tired or bored of that. But I'm gonna be switching it up. I don't know when, but I want to when I can. So I'm aware, and I probably won't change it by next time, but I hope to change it soon. Okay. Thank you for your time. Thanks for watching. You might want to adjust the volume after all of this because a loud music is going to play. So yeah, adjust the volume. And then if you're coming to these lives anyway, I do have a loyalty program, yolo.chow.com/loyalty. If you sign up for my site as a member and you follow the check-in procedure, you can get points just for showing up to these lives anyway. So I just want to let you know about that. Yeah, about that. Yeah, I always have a really hard time saying goodbye because saying goodbye really just kind of feels like you're Tom Hanks. You know what I mean? Over here, just like welcome, Wilson. But anywho, yeah. So thank you for being here and goodbye.